We are back in action. I said we're back in action. All right. It's a new day. Let's see if you guys want to come in and talk like Mustang. It's a new day. Let's see if you guys want to come on in and see what's happening here. Doing something that I haven't done in years. This is amazing. You guys will see in a second. Let's see what they got up here. Let me just give you guys a look of the environment. Before you guys start to pile in, I'll wait to walk over and reveal it until you guys get in here. It's my first time here. Excuse me. Come on in, guys. Okay, I think I see some people starting to come in. Come on in, guys. I got something nice to look at. Let's talk a little bit. Okay, it's a little bit of shade right here. Whew. All right, so we got one person in the room. Welcome in. Hit the like button. Hit the like button and let other people know that the live is going on. All right. Appreciate you. Witness. Exactly. Immediately, the first thing I did do is get the dog walker synchronized with me. I didn't even think about it. I see him so often. Yeah. As soon as I turn it on, right? I'm trying to let some people come on and pile in here before I walk over the pier. I want to show you guys. This is my first time here, so I just drove 30 minutes out here. Sorry, I missed you yesterday. Gotta be hot. You missed yesterday? I thought you were here yesterday. That must have been the day before yesterday. Time's going fast. Yeah, it's hot. It's really hot. But I tell you what, I just got out the car for the first. Well, I did go to the store, but I just got out the car. And I don't know if it's because I just came out of the air conditioning and I'm not as hot yet. But being this close to the water, which you're getting ready to see, it does kind of like does sort of kind of cool it down a little bit. And it's the humidity is the thing too. Come on in, guys. It says got you cheated out of $30. I was working, got cheated out of 30. What do you do? How'd you get cheated out of the money? I was trying to work yesterday and made $30, $34 exactly. $34 I made on that. Well, 37 if you add both apps. Yeah, I had about $37 total yesterday. You know what? But it's all right though. Yeah, I worked out the issue was worked out, and it is what it is. I'm getting up here close to the water, guys. I'm not gonna be able to see the screen. Let me see if I pull my sunglasses up. I can still kind of see. There's a dog walker. All right, guys, let's see what we got here. First time here. I've never been to these. Oh, they got a whole pier, a whole boardwalk down here. This is a palm trees, it's beautiful. I always thought the beaches down in South Florida were the best because that's where the best palm trees and everything were. So let's see how this is. That sounds beautiful. Haven't heard it in a while. I'll just be quiet for a second and see if you guys can hear the ocean and the seagulls. It's been 3 years. You know, this is my first beach walk in 3 years, guys. I tell you, the sky is not the bluest. But I didn't see any rain in the forecast. It's 100 degrees and hot. Hey, they got the white sand beach. I didn't know that. All right, guys, I'll take you down. Hopefully, my connection stays strong. I've never been live before and been to the beach. When I used to come to the beach all the time, I wasn't doing lives. So let's see. Whew, I ain't did this in years. Sorry, I'm not seeing the comments yet. I'm gonna read them because I'm gonna go back to the car. I just checked part of the beach out, so I'll probably go back to the car and get my beach chair. I got a chair and an umbrella that's been sitting in my storage unit for the past 3 years. So I'm gonna go back to the car and get it. Take my glasses off, see how bright it is. Yeah, the sky is not the bluest in the world, but it sure beats concrete walls and just bushes. And I hate when people bring the dogs down to the beach like that. I hope if the dog poops and cleans it up. Everybody's out here barefoot. All right, guys, I'm gonna be a little quiet for a second. I want you guys to get some of this ocean. For those of you out there who are not close to a beach, I've done a lot of the fighting lately to get here. Do a lot to get here. And this isn't even one that I want to really be in. You guys know I haven't been to the beach in a couple years. I just felt funny about taking off my flops, my sandals, and walking over to the sand. Like, oh man, I want to get my feet wet and dirty. How funny is that, right? It's the beach. Hello. All right, hope you guys are still here. I'm about to walk in here. I'm taking off my shoes now. Uh-oh. Haven't done this in a while. All right, let's check it out. I haven't got my feet wet in quite a while. Uh-oh, I feel it. Oh, it's warm. I was expecting a cool sensation. Well, that's right, it is toward the middle of the summer, so this water is warm. Wow, this water is warm, guys. Woo! I waited 3 years for this. Working every day. Now, this isn't even my usual, this isn't my beach. This isn't my part of Florida, but this is definitely nothing to sneeze at. This is still a world-class beach. Look at this blue water, these waves, this nice shoreline. The water's calm enough where you can get in there. This is the Atlantic Ocean, the Intercontinental. I got my keys in my pocket. Maybe I should lock my keys inside my little knapsack bag I got here, huh? I got my shirt on, my hat on. I'm looking like an out-of-towner. I used to live here in Florida for 10 years. So I was a beach pro. But I'll get back used to it if I decide to stay out here. All right, guys, so I'm not reading the comments quite yet. Just give me a few minutes to kind of take this in for a second. I still got to walk back to my car and go get my beach chair and my umbrella. I just wanted to make sure I like this part of the beach before I make committed. I might even have to pay for parking out here. And I'll kind of update you guys on, if you were here yesterday, how bad of a time I was having. But I work things out. Hopefully, I work things out another way. We always got to do it. This feels surreal. I always remember when I come to these beaches, I used to come to the beach all the time before I was a TI. But one thing I will tell you, when you do come to the beach, it's really hard to feel targeted because the color coding and all that, it's not as easy to do all of those things in this kind of environment. You can't really hear directed conversation. You can't really tell somebody's moving on numbers, like unless I'm sitting down and somebody sitting near me is doing it. But this is one place that the targeting program, noise campaigns don't really matter much. You just hear the wind and the waves. Yeah, it's been 3 years. I'm really happy to be here. It's probably been longer than, it's been about 3 years. I'm pretty sure when I left Florida, South Florida last time, I made sure I hit the beach a few times. I was in Florida though a few years ago, but I didn't get to go to the beach a few summers ago. 2022 summer, I didn't hit the beach though. I was in Tampa and the beach is kind of further away. Boy, this is nice. Oh, you hear that deep breath I just took? I haven't took a beach breath like that in a while. This is good for TIs, man. You gotta get out like magical environments. Right now, the sand under my feet feels like it's disappearing, and I'm hanging off of a cliff. This is a sensational feeling, and I think that my little Delta 8 gummies are probably kicking in now that I took a few hours ago. So I'm vibing high. All right, yeah. Let's walk down a little bit. I'm gonna walk down. Let me make sure I know where I am, where my shoes are. Okay, my shoes are right here. Remember my shoes are right here next to this woman laying here, guys. Okay, I'm gonna show you. The shoes are right here. Okay. All right. So now what I'm gonna do is just walk down the shore just a little bit before I go back to the car to get my chair and my umbrella. It looks like there's not a lot of wind, so my umbrella won't be flying all over the place. It kind of reminds me, it's kind of calm. It's like a mixture of the west coast beaches of Florida on the Gulf side. It's a mixture with the Atlantic side, the east side. The water color is very greenish, bluish, but the sand is more. It's very soft and like white and powdery. Whereas on the east coast, usually the sand is not. But we're very far north, of Florida at the top. So, it's definitely beautiful. It's definitely beautiful. It's definitely not. It's not too much of a difference from my favorite Miami and South Florida, like Fort Lauderdale and all that. But it's definitely cool that the parking was very much less intense. I'm glad to have come here on a Monday when most people are at work. The kids aren't back in school yet, but they're almost there. So it's not really so. I think the college kids are still around, but it wasn't crowded. I was able to come right up here and park. It took me about 30 minutes to get out this way from where I was. I got up this morning, took care of some business, make sure I can secure some things I needed to take care of to pay off. I secured some shit, so I figure after all that stress that I went through yesterday, I think I'll give myself a beach day and then grind hard again tomorrow night. I fell asleep last night in the car with my shoes on, my headphones in my ear at the charger port. I went to the charger port to charge up and I hope my shoes don't get washed away. I was kind of close. Let me go back. I'm not gonna go too far. Let me go back. My flops might get washed away because sometimes the waves will come up higher. I can't see the comments yet, guys, because I got dark shades on to protect my eyes out here in this sun, and I can't see it anyway because it's so bright. So I'm gonna walk back to my shoes right now and grab them, and then I'll walk down the other way a little bit, and then I'll go to the car. I'll read some of these comments, and then we'll go from there. But I think I'm gonna give myself a beach day for a few hours. Y'all saw that stress that I went through yesterday trying to scrape for pennies with the app and ended up with $30 all day. How humiliating is that? So after that, I'm like, I gotta go to the beach, man. I gotta go get some natural therapy. I'm gonna feel so good tonight and later. And then I saw right close to here, there's the gym. Not too far from here, right? I'll take a good shower, and I'll put in some work tonight. Part of me wants to leave and go to another city, but I'm gonna wait. I think I'm gonna spend a week out in this city, maybe. I got the freedom to do that now, And then who knows? I might bounce back up to Washington D.C., check on the family again. Yeah, see, I've been working a job for the past 2 years where I had to be there every single day. Every single night I was there at least one of the locations. Every night I had to be there for the past, and I barely had any, I barely took any days off. Just been in the grind. Never had time to make it down to Florida. I even booked a trip to Florida last year. I booked a trip, I think here or something. It was either here or Orlando or somewhere. I booked the flight. But I was unable to go. My car broke down on me right before I was getting ready to go. That van last year, remember the gold van I had? And I never got to go. And I lost the ticket. I lost the money. It was non-refundable. It wasn't. It was only $100, but what TI wants to lose money like that? All right, look, I'm gonna walk down this way just a little bit to show you guys a little bit of the pier, and then I'm gonna walk back to the car and make sure I'm cool to be parked there. I found a free place to park, so I'll leave it there. Hopefully, it should be okay. Then I'm gonna go and get my beach chair, my towel, and my umbrella, and I'm gonna sit back on the beach and relax like I used to. And that's how I used to. This is how I used to deal with the gang stalking in Florida. I would go so hard and just deal with everything you got to deal with, and then every now and then you just come out here and you can wash it all off of you. Just come out here and just wash it all off, and you know, just breathe and let it go into the ocean. You know what I mean? And then you go back again. Now I'm gonna go back with a black man's tan, but you know what? It's all good, man. It's all good. There's a lifeguard up here chilling. That's a cool job to have in the beach. Lifeguard at the beach, Baywatch style. Ah, man, I love Florida, I tell you. People hate on Florida so much because, I mean, look at this. And this is going on this is a big state, guys. I mean, this is all up and down the East Coast. And you got the West Coast, too. Especially this East Coast, all up and down. Beautiful ocean and people enjoying it. Yeah, part of this is also me wanting to be down here, guys, because, you know, I want to start traveling again. You know, I was just kind of stuck in Atlanta. I want to start traveling more, so I'm down here closer now to the Caribbean. I'm down here closer to South America. You know what I mean? Now, you know, it'll be easy to hop on a boat or hop a flight real quick, and I'll be down in South America in 3 hours or less. I could be over to the Caribbean in 2.5 hours, 3 hours. It gets me used to this environment again, being out by the beach and the palm trees and the sand and the people, the warm people of the Caribbean. Their gang stalking is different. You know what I mean? It's different because, you know, when you live in the sun like this, it's just, you know, it's like that. When you walk in the sun like this, it's just, I don't want to say walk in the sun, but if you live in the sun year round, it has different effects on you. And it's good for you. I even tell you this, I had some things with me, right? Like I had like some issues that I've been dealing with. Every time I have any kind of like little affliction or something that I might find myself dealing with, nothing major. When I come out to Florida and start getting in the sunshine and the oceans, and certain things just kind of like just go away. You know what I mean? And I think it has something to do with the abundance of the vitamin D. All right, I'm gonna walk up. See, if I was to sit here, this call, they'll come over here and they'll say, hey, give us some money if I use that. So I got my own. Remember, I used to live in Florida, so I had my stuff sitting in the car. I mean, in the storage unit for 3 years. I've been looking at my beach chair, my beach chair and my umbrella for 3 years. So this is long awaited. I hope I'm still alive, guys. Sometimes you lose the connection and I can't really see the screen, but I will in a minute. Whew, it's hot. Take some of these clothes off, man, and find me a little spot to sit. I think I should go to the store maybe and get a beer, something like that. I haven't drunk in so long. I don't think I want to drink. That makes you hotter. I'll pop another hot piece of my gummy edible that I had from Atlanta. I had the real good ones too, you know. I should have gotten more before I left. Woo! All right, I'm getting hot. See, when I'm hot and I'm sweating and I'm at the beach, I don't mind. I usually hate to sweat and to get hot, but it's something about when you're out here It's all good. Oh man, this feels good, man. But I ain't gonna lie, man. When I started doing this, when I first moved to Florida, when I left DC back in like 2012, I came out with my family, my ex-wife and stepson. He was about that age right there when we came out. He's about 18, 19, but he was about that age when we first moved out to South Florida. So we would go to the beach all the time, man. We would go to the beach like a few times a week because we weren't used to it. You know, we were coming from the north. So, yeah, those are some of the best times of my life, though. You know, we were just so free. We had just left the craziness of Baltimore and DC. We went down to Florida, and we didn't know anybody there. We were just us against the world. And we were hitting all the different beaches out there. Yeah, man, it was great. Had a new apartment with no furniture yet, but we had a bunch of beach sand all around the house and seashells and shit. She ended up turning on me eventually in the end, though. 10 years later, gang stalking, even him as well. Raised his little butt from that young age right there I just showed you. But he ended up still gang stalking. Here's my synchronization. Orange car, white car, Cadillac. It's like smaller. This whole little thing. This thing about out in this area, everything's like a little bit smaller. It's calmer. It's not like South Florida as much, where it's just more bustling. This is no slouch though, but it's definitely a little more relaxed. Yeah. I'm sure the weekend was pumping. I'm glad everybody's at work. I kind of like living a life the opposite, where when everybody else is working, I get to be there, and then when they're free, I'm working. That's a way to get away from the perps. All right, so I'm gonna go to the car for a second to read some comments and kind of like cool off, and then I'm gonna go back out to the beach. When I pulled up, there were all white cars here. This one moves, I guess. Yeah, see, I'm parked over here where I hope let me put the camera down. I don't want to show the buildings and shit that I'm parked next to. You know, perps watch all of this stuff too, and they play funny games. All right, guys, made it back to the car. Yeah, there's a 27 tag in front of me, but it's all good. And all white cars to the side of me. Woo! All right, hot, guys. Give me a second. Let me get this air conditioner jumping. Woo! She's coming out. What time is it? Yeah, it's one of those times on the clock, but not a major one, but she's coming out at that exact time. That's funny. All right, I think I can park here for a while. They don't have any signs on this side. Give me a second, guys. Let me get the air pumping. Woo, feels good. All right. Let me put my glasses on and read some comments. See okay, we got 34 people in here. Welcome in, guys. Hope you enjoyed that look at the beach. I'm going to go back in a minute. I'm gonna make it a beach day today. I feel very free today. After all that stress yesterday, this is how you balance it out when you live in Florida. All right, guys, I'm gonna go up to the top of the comments, and I'm gonna go straight down. All right, hit the like button for me, guys. Hit the like button for me. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna start at the top of the comments, and I'm gonna go down and talk to my peoples. All right, witness. Yeah, this is what I talk. Sorry, I missed you yesterday. Yep, it's hot. Okay, let's see. Jerry M. Danowski. Oh yeah, she parked over here. And she had to have been here for a while. So she's coming from the beach. I know she wasn't there for no 15 minutes. All right, so anyway. Let's see. Control Society TV Florida. All right, what's up? I'm back in your territory. I'm out here in Florida getting some of this gang stalking, man. I tell you what. So far, even though I'm just getting here, it hasn't been as bad as Georgia, but I'm just getting here, so I know they got to get the program running and get me in the system so they can get nasty. But so far, it's manageable. Witness 1 says, can't work a real job. They got us trapped, no doubt. I had a job, but I guess you wouldn't really consider it a real job, quote unquote. But I had a job for the past 2 years, and the job was fine. It was still there waiting for me if I needed it. But I had to leave. And it's like easier having a job where you know you got guaranteed money coming in and they're flexible and they work with you. Man, I had a perfect spot. It just didn't pay anything for one. They didn't pay anything, but it was enough to get by. But times change and we grow, and you know, that was 2 years ago when I got there. I need to move on now. I need to grow from that. I had time to stay there and heal. But once things started to corrode, you know, being there a little too long, being in that area a little too long, you know, things started to get stale. You know what I mean? And being a TI, you know, sometimes you got to make that move. Of course, I could have stayed around, and I just don't think mentally and spiritually it would have been right. You know, who knows? Maybe I could go back at some point, but right now, Florida is what I need right now, and we'll see what happens afterwards. Unaverage Joe, get that nature, no doubt. That's how I ground right there. A lot of people talk about grounding. I never find myself grounding, getting out in the grass at the park and all of that. I don't feel so comfortable. I haven't felt that way in a while, right? Not with the parks that they have up in Atlanta. You might step on a pine cone or some shit. You know what I mean? Atlanta's different, right? They got all these rocks and mountains and shit, you know, like rocks and shit tucked all into the sides of the street. You know, on the roads, some of the hills, you look, it's mountains inside. It's hard. It's hardened. You feel me? You got hard-ass pine cones. You got trees that fall out of the sky during the storms. Fall out of the, you know, you have, it was something. Oh, they have these bushes in Georgia. They're like sharp-ass, hard leaves. They're sharp at the end, and the leaf is hard. It's a hardened place. It's tough. So yeah, I couldn't enjoy that nature like I wanted. And then when you do go in nature, they got gang stalkers that follow you around. So I'm gonna come out here and walk on this white sand. I'll ground like that. Some of this white sand and some of this ocean. Breathing some of this Atlantic Ocean air. It's been 3 years. I've been deprived. My spirit and my soul. Let me see what we got. Dolphins be gang stalking on you if you get in the water. No, you know, you say that, right? It is funny. It's funny, right? But to be honest with you, they do have the technology that they are controlling these animals of sonar, like with you know, sounds and things like that, different frequencies and waves. They are able to direct these animals around. They do it with the cats. They do it with stray cats and squirrels and birds. So yeah, look it up though. It is funny to think about that, but they really do have these type of capabilities that could, you know, I could be in the ocean and the dolphin would just jump out the water and show itself real quick at 1:27 on the clock, and then dive back into the water. That I would not. It sounds crazy and it sounds hilarious, but the reality, the horrifying thing is that it's a reality though. That's why they're so cocky out here, because they really got these type of capabilities and a certain level of control over our environment, and they don't even tell us how much control they really have either. You know what I mean? But don't worry, guys. I'm just cooling off a little bit. I'm gonna grab my beach chair and my umbrella. We're gonna go back down to that beach. I'm taking me a beach day today. I'll work tonight, but I'm taking me a beach day. You know what I mean? I just ate my favorite meal. I had my favorite meal today, this morning. As soon as they opened up, I was there. That's when you gotta work in Florida. You gotta work. You got the long sleeve shirt. You got the pants. That's what people don't know. You still gotta get busy out here in Florida. You still have to handle your business. He's hot as hell, but he still has stuff. He still has to come over here and do his job. He's walking into a. I'm not gonna show the building because I don't want to show the building name and get, you know, people, you know, get too much for the perps. Okay. Yes. What's going on? Control Society. Okay. Your connection is clear. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. That's good. AT&T must have some good towers down by the water. I haven't been to the beach in years, so maybe cell phones have gotten better by the beach. It's been 3 years, and I never did a live by the beach. My last time I was here 3 years ago, my channel wasn't popular enough to go live. I didn't have enough. By the way, hit the like button for me, guys. We got 32 people with 10 likes. Let's let people know I'm live. It's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna take you guys down to the beach with me. I should be charging my phone up a little extra while I'm up here. Let me charge up my phone so that we don't have any interruptions when we get out there, right? those of you who can hang out for a little while. I know y'all are busy. We all are. You saw me trying to work all day yesterday. Sorry about the shaky camera. I'm trying to plug in my phone into the charger so we can have plenty of battery life. I got a little solar operated radio here. I'm gonna try to charge this one up for a little while too. Maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, I will. They give me copyrights if I got music on in my lives. They got me once. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to plug in. Glad you guys are coming in to check me out. As far as the gang stalking, like I said, I'm traveling around to new areas that I've never been in. So a lot of the stuff has been kind of calmed down to an extent. They still do the same stuff with the local law enforcement and fire department. They get their notifications right away. You know they're on it. I'm thirsty, guys. I should have went and got something to drink. This is all ice water. Yeah, I hate to have to leave here. Maybe I'll walk. I don't want to leave my parking spot to go to the store. I was just so anxious to get here. I didn't want to stop at the store. I didn't want to do anything but just get here. But I should have went and got something to drink, something cold. I was just anxious, man. It's been years, 3 years. All right, let's see. Another guy moving his car. And then somebody's just pulling in. We'll see. Okay, so let's see. Bob says, do a backflip. Wish I could. You know, I've never been able to do a backflip, unfortunately. I think I've always been too tall. I got long legs. I don't think people with long legs can backflip. That's one thing I never used to do. I had friends that could backflip growing up. Never could do it. At one point, I could do a front flip, I think, when I was really young. I always wonder how people do backflips, man. It's pretty cool. Let's see. XB and XBNX. Perp. That's like a rap name. Hey, brother, I've been through what you've been through. Oh, yeah? For 7 years? Very similar. I've been going through the overt stage for about 7 years also. It went overt on me around 2018-19 is when I knew for a fact that something was going on. How have you been holding up? So that means you got started right around the pandemic, right before the pandemic. Yeah, me too. Hey, thanks a lot for that, Witness, putting that Cash App up there. You know, I do need that. A little bit disappointed yesterday with a little disappointed yesterday, but it's all good. You guys definitely showed love the other day. But thanks for putting that Cash App up for sure. I appreciate you. You turned into that #1 mod. I had to put you up to the other kind of mod. You putting in that work. I appreciate you. You might need to get a Cash App soon. Okay, Savage Gang Entertainment, welcome in. You say since 2018. Yeah, me too. Right around that time. That's when it went overt. And I forgot. I don't even remember how I discovered the term gang stalking, but I did somehow. Hit that like button for me, guys. We got 31 in the room, 11 likes. We're getting ready to go back down to the beach. I'm cooling off, trying to decide where I'm gonna go get something to drink from. I gotta stay hydrated. It's 100 degrees out here in Florida today. Okay, let's see. Enjoy the environment. Thanks a lot. I'm gonna try to enjoy it today. Yesterday was rough. Today should be a lot better. Battle for Your Brain says, get non-linear junction device and RFD scan. Yeah, I remember you said that yesterday. I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna definitely look into that for sure. Silent night device. Look it up. Okay, let me screenshot that as well. I'm gonna screenshot both of those 2 comments right there. All right. Got it. I'm gonna look into all that when I get an opportunity here. Appreciate the. I like the intelligence and the information. I need that. Let's see. Jack said, "Bro, dead ass. This whole thing for me is wild. What they be doing to me lately? What they been doing to you lately, Jack? Let me know." It says, "Take your beach day, bro. You deserve it. Relax some extra for me." Yeah, I'm gonna try to, Jack. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been wild. I've been fighting to get down to this beach for quite some time. You know, when I was out there riding through rural Georgia and those dirt roads trying to find a charging device, trying to find a charging station for this car, it takes you way off the path sometimes. And I'm out there riding through there, the air leaking out of my tire. All I was thinking about was getting down to this beach. And I'll be honest with you, this is just a preliminary. This is not even my favorite beaches yet. This is just the first little sample. I haven't even dug all down into Florida yet to my favorite beaches. But this is just a start. I had to get over like a little hump of just getting here. I'm trying to, I had to make a little change up, left my job, had to come out here and try to do some deliveries, work some things out. You know what I'm saying? Still got to make some bill payments. I just wanted to get over the hump, but then I'm going to dive down into Florida a little bit. It says, get a drink, dude. Yeah, I know. I want to drink a real drink, but I don't think I will because it's so hot. That's one thing you learn if you've lived in Florida for a while. You don't really want to drink when you're going to the beach because it makes you that much hotter. If anything, you might want to have a little puff or something more edible. Matter of fact, let me pop out my little edible real quick before I go down here. I still got a little left over from my joints in Florida. You know what I'm saying? I got it in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I've been kind of taking it easy on my edible because this one's very strong. I'll be riding around here in these roads that I don't know, super buzzed, losing my keys, and stressing over not making no money. So I had to take it easy. But I just been kind of lightly dosing. So it kept me cool and calm while they were trying to stress me out yesterday. But I only got a little bit left here. I'm gonna eat half of this right now. Give me a second, guys. Ooh, feels good in here. All right. I got a little bit left. I just took a nice slow, man. I be feeling good. The thing about the edibles, it takes so long to kick in. But I'll be here by the time it kicks in. I guess I'm gonna walk to the store. I don't want to lose my parking spot, even though there's more on this side. I think I'd be all right if I drive. There's more over here. Nah, but I want to stay on this side because it says 15-minute parking on the other side, not this side though. Okay, let me see. Read some of these comments. Make sure you type Silent Night Device. Oh, LLC. Okay. Let me screenshot that one real quick. All right. Let's see. Okay, it isn't cheap. Okay, I'm gonna look into that for sure. Savage Gang. I'm gonna look into that. I got the screenshot. Witness 1 says, always on the move. I've been in the mountains of Ohio. Black bear snuck up on me. What? The other day. Was like 10 feet from me behind the trees. I know you're talking about the animals and birds. Yo, that's crazy. Now, animals and birds is one thing. Like animals like stray cats and shit. But you're talking about a black bear? If they're controlling a black bear out in the woods, you're out in the mountains of Idaho, and they're using black bears, and I know they do it. I know it. That is horrifying. That is like cocaine grizzly bear. If you saw that movie, you gotta get on Amazon and get yourself some bear mace. They got bear mace, bear spray repellent or something like that. You can get it on Amazon, probably less than $20. A lot of the girls in the hood usually carry it around, so when they get into fights with other girls, they pull it out and spray everybody. And I would also get a big shotgun. Yeah, I wouldn't be anywhere like that without some kind of, anywhere in nature like that without some kind of a weapon to protect yourself from wild animals, because they're messing with the frequencies, man, and we're probably more than likely than anybody to have an encounter. I still have my GPS on my other phone. All right, let me read some more comments before we get back out, get to this beach. Where are you staying in your car when gang stalk? Is it hard to stay in one place? Yes. When I started when I first began getting gang stalked, I had an apartment down in South Florida with my ex-wife and stepson, and I was getting gang stalked there really heavy. But that's when it all started. I didn't know back then, but I decided to leave everything. But it just follows everywhere you go, and whenever I stay in hotels and things like that, Airbnbs and hotels, the gang stalk is very intense. Check out my IG channel. It's called gang stalking by the numbers. Put an underscore after every word. Gang stalking by the numbers. A few months ago, I was doing hotels really heavy. I was staying in hotels like every day in my neighborhood. I was pretty much switching different different hotels. And the harassment was so heavy. And it got worse and worse the more I stayed in different hotels. And I'm spending all this money. So I don't really do that much. I prefer to be in a car. Usually I'm in a bigger car. I had a van for 2 years. So before the Mustang, I was driving a van for 2 years. And that was great. Well, 3 years really, because I had a U-Haul van first for a year. I did deliveries in a U-Haul van for a year, saved up my money, and bought a van, a minivan. And I had the minivan up until Christmas. This past Christmas, they took it from me. Long story. But I had the Mustang all this time for the past year. And that Mustang was large. It was like a little bigger. It was a crossover SUV, so I would sleep most nights there. But now I've been forced into the small car because the Mustang is up for service. It was a software update that caused a what do you call it? It caused a recall, and I'm leasing the Mustang, so I had to turn that in for maintenance. And they're saying it could be a few weeks. So I just said, screw that. Just let me just get this. Give me a rental or something. Let me just go. So I just grabbed a rental and took this as an opportunity to just go get a restart, refresh everything. At least for a few weeks, and we'll see what I want to do. But I might just decide to just go for a different car and just do everything all fresh again in a whole new state. Rebuild. I already got a job. All my job applications on deck. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a job. I'm gonna get a place, and then I'm gonna start traveling out of the country. Once I get stabilized, I'm gonna start traveling more and see if I can find somewhere where the gang stalking is not as bad. Let me see. Thanks for that, Cash. Let me pin that. I'm still kind of new to this. Let me pin that. I appreciate you, Witness, for sure. All right, let me see. Let me read some more. That's crazy with that black bear. Yeah, when you gang stalk, it's hard to stay in one place. Like I said, I stayed in the same neighborhood and for about 3 years up in the Atlanta, Georgia area. I stayed up there for 3 straight years. I worked the same job for 2 years. So yeah, it got hard at times, but it's doable. If you get the right environment, the right job, the right environment, you can do it. But it just started getting too much for me to be stuck there in one place. They want to make you feel like you're being boxed in, caged in. So it got to a boiling point, and it was either now or never for me to get away, or I would probably been stuck there forever. Like some of the people that I see are stuck there in that environment. In any environment, environments like that anywhere. Some people just get stuck and they're not in a good position, but they're just stuck there. And the overall community and the society is happy with them there in that position, will make them comfortable, especially if it serves them in some kind of way. Let's see. All my gang stalkers are dumb animals. I understand completely. They're all being manipulated, just like the dumb animals out here, the cats, the dogs, the birds. They're being manipulated in the exact same way and moved around. It's very eerie. Let's see. Witness says, I'm good. Got something better than Mace, but that's the third bear I saw since I've been here. Had to go to the mountains to get some peace. Yeah, you went to the mountains. I went to the beach. you know how it is. Yeah, you're a mountains kind of person. I'm a beach kind of guy. But I wouldn't mind going out to the mountains to get some peace, but I probably wouldn't want to do it alone. You know what I mean? I probably had to have somebody with me, and I had to have a shotgun and some bear mace. And I'd do it. Go out there and build a log cabin. Anything to get away from all these people, these crazy gang stalkers, man. Yeah, I would like to move out to the country with a beautiful woman, make her my wife, and then we'll go out to the country. Like when I was out there riding through the country, I was like, this is fine. I never wanted to be in the country before, but when I was riding out there in the rural country in those long roads, I'm like, I wouldn't mind being out here and just get a woman, a pretty woman, make a baby, and we can live out in a rural area. You know what I mean? Chopping wood and shit, hunting. Yeah, as long as I got some internet, So I'm gonna try. That's the goal. But other than that, I don't think I can live in the States for the next 10 years. I gotta find a way to live abroad. But it might not be as easy because the world is starting to tighten up. We'll see what happens. But the things that America's doing, for other people, unfortunately, but it might strengthen our position around the world. It's gonna take a while. Hit the like button for me, guys. You guys are being stingy with the like button. That's the same amount there from the last time I asked. We got 31 in here. Let's let people know that we're live. We're about to go down to the beach. We attract all beings that have a frequency. We attract everything good and bad, but it's in God's hands. Yeah, it definitely has something to do with that. That we're definitely attracting something with these frequencies for sure. But it definitely feels like it's being manipulated by people with technology as well. We don't get to, it's not really a natural thing, you know? All right, let me see. Yes, I was telling you that I was staying at the Vagabond Hotel on the West Coast, and the gang stalkers have tunnels in the walls and floors. That's very sickening. I believe you. It's a real shame that the gang stalkers are getting to use those tunnels. Yeah, man, it's unfortunate. That's a real sneaky way for them to get around and do a lot of dirt. Can't really trust anyone, but you have to deal with them. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, I see you had to get somebody up out of here. I see they must have been here talking crazy. So I bought a gallon of wood glue to seal tiny tacks on a panel, so when they try to sneak up the room, they will get poked up full of hundreds of tacks. Smart. That'll serve them right. That'll be a good little form to behave. Oh man. Witness one says, I'm from Montana. My uncle was a guide in the wilderness. I'm from Texas, but I'm from Montana. My uncle was a guide in the wilderness. I'm from Texas, but moved there since I was a kid. I've been weeks into wilderness areas with no people on horseback. With no people. You're on horseback out there in the woods? That's wild. And you're able to get away. So I'm sure you're not being gang stalked out in the wilderness on horseback. That's crazy. Let's see. It's fun to set booby traps on my gangs since they got me fired from my job. Now I have something creative to do. I want to build a huge cutting machine so I can be like Jigsaw or on Halloween for Halloween. Okay, I hear you. Yeah, it's through our phones and windows and floors, no doubt. UFC fighter. All right, guys. Hey, witness. Add another I. It says Cash is King right there with that Cash App. You got it spelled wrong. I'm gonna show you. Add another I right there. In the word King, there should be an additional I. All right, guys. Let's walk to the. I'm gonna walk to the store and grab something to drink, so I don't have to be out here dying of thirst. And then I'm gonna go out here and get a drink, so I don't have to be dying of thirst out here. And we're gonna go down here. We're gonna go down here by the water, guys. Get a little beach time. I just wanted to come in here and I wanted to read some of the comments, but I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna sit down, and I should be able to see the comments under my umbrella. So I'll stay live with you guys for a little while, but I'm gonna end the live soon. Just enjoy the environment. But I wanted to share this with you guys. I just wanted to share my initial approach with you. So we all got to see the beach for the first time together, and that was pretty cool. Being by the water yesterday by that sunset was a little teaser. You know, we had to come out and get the real thing. Yeah, you guys pray that no sharks come around if I do get in the water. Yeah, I gotta go get something to drink. Give me a second, guys. I'm getting all my phones together. Get my phones in order and my cash. Yeah, that's it right there. That's it right there with us. I'm gonna pin that one. I was wondering why that. All right, so I pinned that one up. It's always good to see you. Likewise, likewise. All right, so I'm putting my stuff in my bag, and then we're gonna go find the store. Then we're gonna go sit at this beach for a little while. I think that'll be fun. And I should be able to read comments. It should be okay because I got an umbrella that will provide some shade. So that should work out okay, guys. Just give me a second here. I was in Florida 2 weeks ago, also in ATL, hoping to run into you. Yes, I admit Georgia is a bit worse than Florida in gang stalking. Yeah, I knew I wasn't crazy. I mean, I've only been here now for about 2 days, but I can clearly tell. I can feel a difference, and it's just like I've been saying for a while now. Like when you get gang stalked somewhere like Florida, somewhere where you got all this natural beauty and you got all this stuff going on. Yeah, the people will do their job. You know, they're gonna get out and gang stalk you. That's their job, but they don't do it with the same level of like nastiness and consistently. Just like they're just obsessed with targeting you and all of that. They don't do it. They don't do it like that. You know what I mean? It's not the same. They do their little job, whatever the targeting job was. They do it and they move on. But they don't linger with it. You know, they don't like try to. And it's it's definitely worse, in my opinion. But I've only been here a few days, and this is my first time in this part of this particular area. Spending this much time here. All right, let's see if we can go find somewhere where I can get a drink for a good price. Because it's hot out here, guys. I mean, this humidity is no joke. So, let's see. Where is the drinks? You would think, I'm pretty sure it's going to be something a little closer up here to the beach. I just walk up closer. Let's just go down here. Let me see how many people in here. Okay, you guys are still in here. Let's go down. See, the beach is up that way. All right, let's go find the store. Oh, look, they got the blowers out here. Coming to make some noise. They used to get me with this so much in Georgia with those blowers right there. Anywhere, anytime, anywhere, they'll just appear, jump out of a truck and just start blowing nothing. I'm showing you guys that so many times. All right, let's just take a little walk and see if we can find something to drink. The closer I am to the shore line right there, it's gonna be more expensive. Start sweating if I walk too far. I'm gonna make this left. All right, there's the police. I think he's a handler for these blowers right here. All right, guys. If anybody sees a store, let me know. If anybody sees a store, let me know. Still gotta walk back to the car and get my beach chair. I didn't want to be carrying it. Well, I could have, I guess. It does have a back strap. Look at all these beautiful trees. There's a chemtrail. Beautiful trees. Noise maker. It must be a targeted individual over here or something. It must be a targeted individual over here. Because the way they went marching down the sidewalk with those blowers, I thought they were going to come over to me. Look at all this over here. Everybody's at work. This is how we like it, right, TIs? No perk. They're all at work. What's going on, man? Yeah. Not a lot of perps around. Look at all those seashells. There'd be a mermaid out here. Wow, they're not on their ball. They're not selling these drinks. They should have somewhere for you to buy something to drink real quick. I think I know where to go though. I'm all the way up here by the damn beach now, and I have to walk back to the car to get the chair. I should walk down here and show you guys all of this first anyway. That's just the hotel. Hi, where can I buy a soda? Where's the store?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
All right. She doesn't know either. I guess they're not really like pressed about their tourist dollar. They got a spot up here where you buy all your beach towels and all that. I'm gonna go inside here. I'm pretty sure they got some overpriced bottles of water in here or something. All right, when I get under this shade right here, I'll read some comments, guys. I can see. All right, Makima says, hey, is there a way I can email you? I can't get into IG. They won't allow me. Yeah, me either. I can't get into my IG. I'm gonna make an email just for the gang stalking, but I don't really like to do emails and stuff too much. That stuff is dangerous. That's why I like to do IG. Emails, stuff, hacking, you know, all these different perps, putting the information out there like that could get a little. All right, I'm pretty sure this is where you grab it from, guys. So I'm gonna run in here and grab something to drink, and I'll grab something out of here. It's probably shouldn't be too expensive, man. This isn't like Miami or nothing like that. They're not really. Well, actually, you know what, guys? They might not have anything. If they do, maybe it'll be in. Maybe it's in the front, guys. This is amazing. I can't find something to drink. I'm gonna have to leave my parking spot and drive off and find something. There's no way I'm sitting out there before the cold water. Yeah, I don't see nothing to drink. Excuse me.
I checked the AC. I noticed it was hot back by the office.
Okay. Oof. A lot of cuties up in there, and it smells really good. And there's a lot of cuties in there. Especially the one when I walked out by the door just now. Wow, it smelled good in there. Whew. And it was very cool. I don't see anywhere. Okay, I got something up here. I don't know, man. I don't see any. Maybe if I walk down here a little bit, I'll find one, guys. Sorry for that. And catch up on the comments. I'm getting thirsty. I gotta hydrate. I mean, literally, I gotta hydrate though, because it's 100 degrees out here. We got a weather advisory for the next few days. So work with me. You guys talk amongst each other. How many people are in here? I can't even see yet. Hold on. I guess they want people to shop in like the restaurants and different things like that. They don't really want, but they just put a convenience store that that you all own. You know. Some girls down there with some afros. All right, there's the tavern. This kind of reminds me of a place called Lauderdale by the Sea. If anybody knows about South Florida, this little area, this little beach and all this reminds me of Lauderdale by the Sea. Down in like down towards Fort Lauderdale. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't see a store. We got to drive off. I can't believe it. I'm gonna walk down this way. I'll walk down this way and see. Might have to drive off, man. This is crazy. All right, let me see these comments. I'm in the shade. Okay, so witness one says 70% of people we talk to online are the AI supercomputer trying to become real. Yeah, I know. They're learning from us. There's one person that says it's a TI that I think he's really some kind of, and he even shows himself, but I think it's fake. I think he's really an AI because he doesn't show anything else in his life. He just shows, and the things that he has shown over the years seem kind of staged. I'm not going to say who right now, but I'm starting to feel like they are like some kind of an AI. And they mimic all of us, but it seems so realistic. And I even thought that in the very beginning because it was just like so similar. And I'm like, what is this? Some kind of, yeah. Anyway, yeah, what you just said there is deep. I think so. A lot of people who are just AI bots, not even real or V2K crazy. Yeah, I know. I know. The technology will surprise people. What is this? I mean, guys, there's really nothing to drink. There's no store. I gotta jump in the car and drive off. I literally gotta jump in the car and drive off, which I do not want to do. I didn't even see a vending machine out here. Wow, why would they be this dumb? I guess it was dumb for me not to stop first, but I would have expected something to be close to the beach. I mean, something, right? Something. Damn, fucking trash stinks. When it's hot outside, the trash dumpsters really stink, don't they? I knew it was around. There it is right there. Damn. All right, guys. I got to go back to the car again and drive off. You know, I should have grabbed something on the way. I was too excited to get to the ocean. I'm going to lose that nice parking spot, but it should be all right. All right, let's go to the car. Let's go ride up the street, go get something to drink. And then I'm going to come back down to the beach. See, I was not a bunch of gang stalking. Well, he's still meeting me at the intersection. There's still synchronizations going on. What a coincidence, right? No other cars, though, just him. So there's still the gang stalking, you know what I mean? But it's not like I'm sitting in my same neighborhood, frustrated. You know what I mean? So, let's see, 2-hour parking. Okay. There it says 15 minutes. There it says 2 hours. I'm getting ready to lose my spot, and there's only one left. Here's the blue and red. Both of these cars just pulled up. That's the blue and red, deep state, gang stalking, Masonic color stuff, color coding. All right, here's my car. I'm gonna have to go to the store. When I come back, this parking spot is gonna be gone. I shouldn't say that, but I wouldn't be surprised. All right. Let's go to the store, guys. How many people we got in here? We're maintaining a good cool people here. I'm sweating. It's the only time I don't mind sweating is when I'm working out or when I'm at the beach. Other than that, I prefer to stay dry. All right. All right. One thing I tell you, let's go to the store, guys. I catch up on your comments in a second. Just talk amongst each other. You guys know my spot is just a hangout spot. It's like a bar. You know, it's not. I'm not Michael Jackson. I'm not here to entertain. We're here all just to conjugate and converse and learn from each other. So talk to each other. You can talk. You can discuss. You can learn. You can bicker. You can disagree. You can agree. That's what it's for here. That's what my platform is for. See, when you see stuff like this, it's like they probably got some kind of zoning thing where they don't want certain stores like 7-Elevens and stuff too close to their beach town because they want to be able to make money. They want people to come in and spend money with them, not a major chain. And as a TI, I always prefer major chains a lot, like, you know, because there's more accountability because being gang stalked, you know, with a major chain, they gotta answer for certain things, you know. All right, let's see. They got a beach church. It says beach church. All right, let's see. I hope I can find that same spot. That was pretty cool. Still haven't seen one 7-Eleven or nothing like that yet. Sorry about the beeping. I'm gonna put my seatbelt on. I didn't think I would still be riding this long. I've never been this thirsty in my life. There's a liquor store. I found a liquor store before I found a convenience store. Ain't that convenient? All right. All right, I'm just gonna stop at this. There's an Exxon gas station. Oh, it looks like it's in construction. Trying to find a CVS. It's open. I'm gonna go to the Exxon gas station. All right, guys. It's a minor setback from sitting at the beach. Let's try Circle K. Circle K is kind of like a 7-Eleven. Circle K is very popular down here. Okay, there's a Dollar General. We'll stick with Circle K, huh? I don't know if Dollar General always has. Look, no, they don't have gang stalking on this tag. Not for sure. Well, maybe. Could be a stretch. I'm not gonna say what that could be. Yeah, man. Just a few days ago, man, I was riding down a rural road in Georgia, thinking I'm getting ready to pop my tire in the middle of nowhere, and now I'm at the beach. So when I was out there dealing with that, I was trying to just get to the beach. All right, guys, I'm gonna read some comments when I park right here real quick, and then I'm gonna run into the store. Then I'm gonna take you guys back down to the beach, and I'm gonna chill for a second. And then I'm gonna go ahead and end the live and just enjoy my time in front of the ocean for a while and try to get some stress off and do some meditation. I got a lot of energy and stuff that I gotta wash off from Atlanta for the past 3 years. All right, let me read a few comments before I go into the store. All right, somebody's been acting up. I see some moderation going on. Okay, let me see. It says, so he's being stalked. If you're talking about me, yeah, it's called gang stalk. Yeah. Look into my channel. It's a lot of information there. Got some sand in my eye. Okay, Makima says, oh, you guys are going fast. Makima says, I wonder how Miami is on TIs. Miami is horrible for TIs. I spend plenty of time in Miami being gang stalked all around. Matter of fact, before you know it, you'll probably see me down in Miami. Before you know it, you'll see me there, and I'll show you exactly what it's like. I know, look at all these cars swarming here. I need to hurry up, guys. Let me go buy what I need to buy first. Oh, he's got alarms going off and shit. Red car alarms. All right, guys, let me hurry up before they swarm this place. Let me go get my stuff at least. Then I can sit here. But if I don't do it, they're gonna have the lines long. I'll never get my juice. By the time we get to the beach, it'll be dark. When they come doing all that, it's time to go. They're swarming this place. Look, it's getting filled up quickly. Creeps and weirdos. All right. Get something out the store real fast. Yeah, the gang stalker face. That kind of stuck face when they try and act like they're looking normal, but they're so curious about who the TI is. There you go. I think I might have left my money in the car, guys. Yeah. I think I left my cash in the car. Gotta go back. Give me a minute, guys. Let's go ahead and grab what I need. Some money. All right. Whew. How far we had to go from the beach to get to the store? All right, what should I get? I need to be heavy on the water. Hydration. Let's get a big water. Probably need to get 2. All right, 2 waters. How about that? I don't think I even need to get no juice, no sugar. Should I get a hard drink? Nah, I just took a good chunk of a edible. I think this is all I need is water. I kind of want a little flavor though. I don't want to get too crazy spending up money like that anyway. I'll just get the water and be happy. I got food and a little bit of food left in the car. So I'll just get this water, guys, and keep it frugal. Gotta remember, I'm not making that money that I was when I was in Atlanta. I'm on a strict budget now. I'm out here working. using ride share and all that. Getting my money off the land, living off the land right now. When I get in the car, I'll get to some of the comments and we'll ride down to the beach. No. What I'll do, guys, I'm not gonna read the comments until I get back down to my parking spot. I want to try to get there first and secure that parking spot, and then I'll read some comments. Let me see what we got now. I'm starting at the newest stuff. So Witness says, who does that? Hit panic alarm. I got 5 panic alarms go off on me when I went to the Walmart the other day. They do that stuff all the time, man. And he has a red car, and he's still sitting out there waiting for me so he can perform another act. Hello. Just these 2?
Okay.
Are those like 2 for something or something?
They are not right now. They used to be.
Should be.
Yeah, they should be. It's $4.18. They were 2 for $3.
I can't believe I booked $4 in here. Let me see if I got change. I go to the car and get the rest. I can't believe it. You got 18 cents? Oh man, it's so sweet. See, that's why I love Florida. You see that? In Atlanta, they never do that. They make you go get that 18 cent. And they growl at you and grab the products.
You want an egg?
Yeah, please.
I got you.
Even though I don't deserve it.
Yes, you
He gave me 50, he gave me 18.
You deserve it.
I appreciate you,
No
man.
problem.
All right, thank you so much. Ooh, excuse me, ladies. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's the reason why I love Florida in so many ways. All right, guys. Those ladies tried to box me in behind me. I'm telling y'all, Florida's different. Especially when you get near the beach town. Everybody's so laid back. Only thing about with me, places like this, they always think I got cocaine for sale. Especially if I'm driving a nice car. I guess I just got that look, you know, because of the culture, the way I dress and stuff. They always think I got the cocaine. So sometimes for the ladies like that, I don't know if they're trying to see what's up with me or they're trying to see if I got some of that powder. All right, guys, I'm gonna ride back down to my parking spot again. I'll read a few comments and we'll just walk up to the beach if you guys want to hang out. Let me see how many we got. Okay, we got a good number and a hell of a number. So you guys must be wanting to hang around. So let's go down here back to the beach. I got some water now, so I'll be okay with that. No beer, no wine. I still want to work tonight. And whenever I drink, I start having I don't feel so good. I don't really drink that often. I used to. When I was married, I drank every day. I didn't mean I was drunk every day, but I drunk some wine or something every day is what I was trying to say there. All right, let's go, guys. Whew. Nothing stopping us now. We already got a little sample. I got my feet in there a little bit. Very minimal gang stalking to really talk about. I haven't even paid any attention to the tags on the front of me. You see how who cares? When you're out here by the beach, I'm telling you, and this ain't even my favorite beach town yet. I haven't even got to where I really like to be. Down in Miami and all that. But this up here is definitely not a slouch. You know what I mean? All right, let's see if we can remember exactly where we were parked. I want that same spot. I think this is it right here. I'm gonna take a chance. I should have looked at the street, shouldn't I? Is this it, guys? No, this is not it, because that church is right there, and that beach church was further down. Let's keep going. All right, there's the church beach church, excuse me. All right, let's get on down the road. How you guys like this environment compared to the Atlanta environment? I'm usually showing you guys the city. Okay, there's a Domino's. All right, I passed all of this coming down the road. It's interesting how far I had to go to get something to drink. I can't wait to take you guys overseas. I'm sorry that I didn't go a few months ago when I had a chance, but sometimes when you're caged in, it cages your mind in. Look at that. No gang stalking numbers in front of me on the tag. They never used to do that. No gang stalking numbers on the tag in front of me. See that? That's nice. Man, this air feels so good. Whoo! this stuff, man, being out here, this is why I want to come out here also, because it's really giving me the travel bug. It's really making me want to get overseas, you know? Just being out in an unfamiliar environment, near the ocean, in the tropics. I don't know these people, they don't know me. I'm a TI, it is what it is. It really makes me want to get overseas again, you know? Alright. There's no way I came this way, because I must have went down too far, because I would have saw this gas station. I would have saw this Walgreens right here. So I must be too far down. Let me see what y'all got to say. Yeah, there's a Waffle House. I didn't see all this before, so we must have missed it. So the weird thing is, if I would have came out and made a left instead of a right, would have ran into the gas station. Yeah, I don't think this is the same one, because the one I saw before was on the right side when I was coming down. Look, no gang stalking numbers on the tag, no 27s or none of that. I'm missing so many comments. I'm sorry. Makimba says Colombia. That's right. I wouldn't mind being in Colombia again. I want to go to the ocean part though. Now that I'm here, I want to go down there by the ocean, like Santa Marta or Barranquilla. Beautiful beaches, beautiful women, people. I like it out there. So being out here is making me want to do that again. Okay, this is where I was at. This is where I first came to the beach. I passed right there. I remember now. I passed that. This is what happens when you popping these edibles. It sneaks up on you. All right, so I drove straight down just like this. I remember. I looked right here. I said, no, that's not my turn. That might have been my turn, actually. I don't remember. Maybe this is it right here. I'm gonna go off instinct. We're creatures of habit, so my body probably already knows this is correct. Yeah, this is it right here. This is it. Of course somebody got my spot. I told you they were gonna do that. And then they wanted me to be parked in a spot where they did leave me one. They wanted me to be parked. Oh, they had a nice car. They left me one, but they wanted to make sure I'm in the one that says 15-minute parking, so the pressure would be on me. You see that? It's all good. I'm pretty sure people are parking here longer than 15 minutes. It's not like Miami. I don't see like a parking attendant walking up and down every 15 minutes checking everybody. It seems laid back. But I am a 6'2" black dude out here walking around with dreadlocks hanging out of my head. So maybe for me, it might really be 15 minutes. Alright. I was planning on cutting my locks, but now that I'm in Florida, I kind of want to play with having them a little longer. Alright guys, let's get ready to walk on up here. Hope I don't get a ticket. But if I do, I did it for the beach. Okay, I'm gonna read some comments before I walk up to the beach. How about that? I'm gonna put my sun visor up. Hold on, guys. All right. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna read some comments before I walk up to the beach. Maybe this black car over here will move out of my way and I can get that good spot back. All right, let me see what we got. Let's see what my people are talking about here. Glasses on. Red shirt chick with a couple cuties. Okay. Hope I'm not too shaky with the camera, guys. Hit the like button for me. I got about 29 right now in here. 17 likes. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna start at the newest, and I'm gonna go up. All right. So witness says, witness one says you can give them endless evidence, but they run the show. They run the show is useless. Damn, I wish I was there. Oh man, I'm glad I'm here. I've been sitting back on Instagram and watching people splash around at the beach, watching chicks with bikinis on all year round at the beach, splashing around, having a good time, doing TikTok dances and shit. While I was sweeping and mopping floors, being gang stalked back and forth around Atlanta, no beach around, nothing but hostile hostile women mad at me for some reason, tracking me down, sabotaging me, angry when I start to do good, happy when I do bad. I mean, I said, screw that. I need to go to the beach. Let's see. Okay, it says, nope, they go to the military court. You guys must be having a conversation. Okay, so Joshua Noel says, put them out there, take a picture. You will need it as evidence to get your life back. I got a lot of evidence on this channel. I got cell phones full of evidence. I got so much evidence of my targeting over the years. It's unbelievable. That's why I don't have any space on my phone now, and I do these lives instead of really doing videos because I don't have any space. It says they can gang stalk me all day long. I'd be so happy in Colombia. Yeah, I was gang stalked in Colombia. It was still gang stalking, but not as bad. And everything was much cheaper, less stressful. Okay, so will not be your monkey wrench. 10 chats, no reply. What you talking about there? Will not be your monkey wrench. I see you, man. If you had a question, drop it. If I never caught your reply, I never caught your question. I just didn't see it. I never even saw your name before, and that's the kind of name I would have remembered. So if you left me something, I didn't see it. My bad. Hellcat. Are you asking if that's a Hellcat next to me? I guess. JY. Yeah, maybe it is. I think so. Okay, so will not be for real. I think I'm shadow banned. I haven't seen you. I see you now. I can see it. Will not be. You got a lot of watchers, but no one commenting because they are stalking and listening. Yeah, I know, witness. I always tell you guys it's gonna be about 75 to 80% of perps here, because I'm a real targeted individual. So they actually come to my channel and they watch it for research, for the program, because I'm actually the real deal. I'm the real thing. I'm not compromised. I really am being targeted, and I show my target and I speak about it. So this is their most rawest form of a TI right here, because I'm ignorant to the games and all the bullshit that they're doing. I don't know about none of this stuff. I'm just being targeted and I'm fighting it from the other side. So they love to come in and watch what I got going on. I think for studying and research and training purposes for perps. But I do this also because I'm real, and I know there's some other real ones out there that need to hear this, that need to hear from me, that need to see a real TI that's not here trying to like sneak target them or just here to get paid or whatever. They need to hear from a real TI. So that's why I do it, even though I do know I'm opening myself up to more bullshit with the perps, divulging locations and talking about what I'm thinking, what's on my mind and all that. I'm putting myself at a slight disadvantage, but I'm making that sacrifice because I will say that at times you guys do help me when I do need the help. You know what I mean? So it's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make for those who are real like me that are going through this. Once I do monetize this, once I push that monetization button, once I'm ready, and we get there, I'm gonna get to a point where I do a members only, where I have some parts just for members, and I have to vet people, and we'll have deeper conversations, and I'll be able to go into more depth and be a little more comfortable with it. But we just gotta work around the perks. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna get ready to walk up to the beach now. Alphabet boys coming in, have to flex on them. Yeah, they start coming in once I'm here for a while, for sure. I haven't even seen them. Thanks for taking care of that. It must have been when I was driving. Okay, yeah, I think I caught up on the comments then. Let's just go to the beach then. All right, CIA targeting officers. Let's walk up to the beach, guys. Okay, I see a few more here. Let me see. Okay, I see that Cash App posted. Thank you. Okay, I got a few comments. I'll finish these off. Okay, here it is. I'll start right here at Clarence, and I'll go down. Clarence says, hi. All right, welcome in, Clarence. Thanks for stopping by if you're still here. Joshua Noel, it says, it's a little different, but once you move, they lose power and have to regroup. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. They got to regroup their whole thing because they really had a strong power hold as far as my target is concerned. while I was in Atlanta because I've been there for 3 years. So they had everything so mapped out, and it was just really getting intolerable. So it was time for a refresh. And I've never spent time in this city that I'm in now, not more than maybe a few days ever before. And it's been years, at least five. It was 5 years ago last time I was here. So, and it was only for a few days. So this is definitely refreshing. All right. Not all of me are bad. Not all of me are bad. I guess you meant to say not all of them are bad. I agree. Thanks for putting that Cash App up, witness. Clarence says Colombia or Colombia. I'm assuming he was speaking about Colombia. Colombia with the O is down in South America. The other Colombia is like in the United States, like South Carolina and all that. But I was speaking about Colombia with an O, the actual country. Our dollar goes strong there. It's a fun place to be. It's kind of dangerous what's going on in Medellin, one of the big cities right now, though, for tourists. If you're dating, if you're a man and you're dating, they're drugging people right now. And they started doing all that shit real heavy right after I went. All of a sudden, it turned into a dangerous place in the world. And that's what I mean about us. We change things as TIs. You might not realize how much they pay attention and they do stuff based around us. It's so funny that when I finally made that trip, it was all good before I went out there. And then when I went out and spent time, I spent like 2 months out there. Now, when I was there, they killed an American tourist, a black male African-American tourist was there. He was in a different city, and he got murdered while I was there. So that's trying to cause anxiety. So I'm there by myself, first time, I'm being gang stalked, and I've been watching all of this content for the past year or two about these countries, and I've never heard nothing like this happen. But when I'm there, all of a sudden they broke out into countrywide protests, right? They were even protesting on my block. Right, I know you guys are mad that he's the guy right there that happened to come into the camera while I'm sitting here holding it here. I'm going to walk in. I just want to finish off this comment though. But yeah, when I got out there, all of a sudden they broke into nationwide conflict as far as they had protests going on all around the country. They even marched down my street when I was in Medellin when the number 27 was on the clock. They happened to be marching down my street, banging on pots and pans and all that. What else? They also, African-American male who was there, he had just bought property out there, spent a lot of money in one of those beach cities out there, and he got murdered in the street while I was there. So that was the big news that was going all around while I was there. You know, all these weird things started right when I was there. Before that, nothing was ever happening crazy since the Pablo Escobar days. And now, all of a sudden, for the past 4 years, it's all so dangerous. All you hear is all this horrible news. They're drugging all of the tourists out there. Guys are getting killed and robbed. They're taking everything you own. It's just such a terrible place to be right after I was there. These are Freemason lying ass games that these people are playing. I'm trying to tell you this. Just because you're just one little regular TI, all it takes is one person that you're in this program, if these Masons are doing it, they have connections all up and down the food chain of society. And they can really make some things happen that will blow your mind. You get what I'm saying? Like I noticed that if I leave somewhere, when I go back, like I would leave if it's something that I enjoyed. When I go back, it'll be gone. Like there was a hotel that I used to stay in South Florida with my family all the time. When we first moved down there, we stayed there for months for a while, looking for a new place, and we spent a lot of time there. They had a nice pool. We really used to enjoy ourselves. They had good dinner and food there, and all of a sudden they just let that place fall into shit. It was like all the other places around town were great. But so whenever I would go back there, I didn't go back again. We had places to live, but it would always be there as somewhere to go. But all of a sudden, it turned into like a dump, like the worst hotel around. It was just terrible, and it's so sick that these people do stuff like this. I'm telling you, it's intentional. It's a few other things like that. Oh, it's a few places back home. I just went back to Washington D.C., my hometown, for the first time in a while, and when I got there, let's start walking, guys. I'm gonna start walking out to the beach now, or I'll be here talking forever. But I went back, and some of the places that I would go to eat that I frequented all the time last time I was there, when I was living there, and my last visit, all of a sudden didn't exist anymore. But at the same time, they'll do stuff like that, right? But at the same time, if you're a targeted individual, and you're doing stuff like trying to get away from everybody, and you go park your car somewhere, stuff like that. Uh, in a cut where nobody is, maybe it's an abandoned kind of a building or something like that, and you just know no one's going to be there, so you park there. They'll all of a sudden open up a business there, or they'll start construction and start working there. So every time you go there, there's people there banging and slamming, and now all of a sudden that place is in business. I can't count how many times they've done that. But just on the flip side of that as well, as soon as I finish, he's finished. It's almost like I was in there recording him. Hey guys, I gotta put the phone down for a minute so I can grab my stuff out of the trunk. As you can see, I got a full trunk here, and my beach stuff is under this. So just give me a second, guys. I gotta move this stuff out of the way, and I gotta grab it out. I'm gonna take you guys back down to the beach with me, and we'll walk the water a little bit, and we'll talk, and then I'm gonna go ahead and sit down, and I'm gonna end this live and try to meditate and relax. So let me move all this stuff out the way, and just give me a second. All right, guys, so now that I finally get out the car, the person for this Hellcat or whatever has come over, and now she's getting ready to move. It was a female driver, so I think I'm gonna park there. Now I'm gonna leave it here because these cars right here were here when we left. Remember, the red and blue, they were here, I believe, when I left, and they're still here, and no one's tripping. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk to the beach. Look, guys, I got my beach chair. I should get my towel out. I'll get my towel too. Give me a second, one more second, guys. I gotta get my towel. Coming, guys. Just gotta get my towel, my waters. All right, guys, I'm back live. Hopefully, I'm back in action. Hopefully, you guys can come back in. I'm gonna put my Bluetooth in. My phone overheated. It's already 100 degrees out here, and then stupidly, well, not used to this type of heat, I put my phone on top of the car, and it caused it to overheat. So I put the phone. Let me see if I got my Bluetooth on yet. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm back in action. Let's see if you guys are here. Wow, back. Look at that water. Yeah, guys, my phone overheated. I set it on top of the car, and that was a bad idea. But luckily, I just put this cold water, so I put it inside the bag with waters in it, and it cooled it off. And the funny thing is, as soon as 27 was on the clock, that's when it cooled off. I want to move this can from in front of me. This is somebody else's can. I'm gonna move this can right here. I don't know whose this is, and it's bothering me a little bit. So I'm gonna put it over here. Now look, they got this whole thing set up. You can pay for it. You see the prices right there? And you get that, and all of that. But me, this is my stuff right here. This has been in my storage unit for the past 3 years. So I'm finally using this. It's just been sitting in my storage unit. I've been hanging wet clothes on this chair in my storage unit after I wash them, and I didn't want to dry certain things, like certain socks and underwear. I've been putting it on this chair for the past 3 years. Now it's finally getting used for what it's supposed to be used for. Finally. So this is where I'm sitting. Let me show you my little beach chair for a TI. But this is a TI's place right here, okay? This is a TI's place, not under the bridge, eating out of the trash can, talking to yourself, smoking ice. All right. Now, they had one beautiful woman walk past me. This area is probably gonna become very dry. There probably won't be many people walking past in front of me now that I'm sitting here, especially beautiful women. But we'll see. If any of you guys are into looking at beautiful women, or ladies might want to see some Baywatch guys with chiseled bodies walking around the beach, they might send those around because I'm here now. But who knows? Maybe that was just Atlanta stuff. So far, they haven't been doing that kind of thing here. Okay. Let's see what I can read. I didn't even put my swimming trunks on either. I still got regular shorts on with boxes. All right, I'm putting my glasses on to read some of these comments before I end my live and enjoy this beach and my cold water. And my edible will start to kick in. Okay. Let me get my glasses out real quick, and I can see a little better in this environment. Maybe I left them in the car. Oh, no, I didn't. Give me a minute, guys. I'm putting my glasses on. You guys know I'm getting older, right? Now, I've always had glasses. Give me a second. All right, I'm back, guys. I can't wait until I can do this with you guys from a different country. I don't let them stop me from sleeping with women I want. Yeah, man, you could do that for sure. I don't either, really. But it's definitely a bit of a challenge to, get exactly what you want and things to go your way. But I tell you what, if you're controlling your finances properly, thanks for putting that. If you're controlling your finances properly and you got the freedom, you can do it. But the thing about it is they try to put as many stipulations and problems and roadblocks in front of you to where you feel like you don't even have time to even engage like that. That's at least what they do with me, the hyper, or I think they call it the critical game theory. They just got you under so much nonsense all the time. You don't even have time to even. But sometimes you break free. Like I said, I did some dating this year. I had some good times. Matter of fact, I've actually had some times in my life earlier this year. Fulfill some fantasies and all that. I ain't gonna front. But it's not always like that. Let's see. Okay, it says Jamaican. I met some professional girls who think they was going to fall for, but I beat up their meat and keep going. Yeah, man, I know. As a TI, it's unfortunate. Sometimes we do have to keep it moving. Like I've had the few that I've dealt with this year. And it's cool and all when you're having a good time. They are doing all the gang stalking stuff. You just got to decide whether or not they're worth keeping around, knowing that they're participating in the targeting. You must be in Florida. Gang stalking Jamaican. You must be in Florida. Let's see. Makima Kente says, bring forth the women. Yeah, man, they probably won't. Either they're going to have a bunch of women to walk past me right now, or they probably won't, or they won't have too many at all. Because, for one, I'm kind of far from the shoreline. I probably should have went up a little closer to the water, which I might at some point. But right now, I'm going to sit here. I just wanted to be back from it a little bit and just be able to just, see let you guys see the sand and the water. But yes, it's probably, if I got closer to the shoreline, yeah. But I do think they made a point. They showed a lot of women leaving as I was coming in. I think they made a point to do it. There were a lot of women in particular that were leaving, which I don't care at all. I didn't come here to look at women. I came here for the ocean and the sand and the environment. I haven't done this in a few years. Okay, let's see. Where are all the beautiful women? My man Makima wants to see them. Hey, look, when I get if I get to go south, if I go further, like if I get down to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, down that way, and I sit here like this, you're gonna get more than an eyeful. Trust me. But up here, this is more like of a this is not really like a party known for like the party beach time. It's what do we call it? Yeah, up here is not the same as like I said, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, even Tampa, Orlando. You probably even see more there. But this part of Florida is still kind of a party, as you saw from the first night I was here. I was out near the party area, the clubs and all that. So it's just this Florida in general. You're gonna see plenty of beautiful women. They don't wear as many clothes because it's hot. So it's a normal thing here. Let's see. It says I'm gonna read up a little higher. No, I'm gonna go up higher for some of the stuff that I missed. Okay. Let's see. So, okay, so Makima says, as soon as I arrived in Buckhead, I was being followed by the gang stalker, so I stopped at the diner, and he stopped out there too. That gave me confirmation, so I immediately went into alert mode. Ice Grill. Yeah, when in Atlanta, you're definitely gonna, I know. If you guys have been with me riding through Atlanta or all through the city, you know what the gang stalking is like out there. It's extreme. So you talking about Buckhead, all of that area. I mean, it's unbelievable, especially the stuff that I've shown you recently that I was dealing with out there. How they were just putting all dudes in the car. Then they started just sending me to all the gay clubs, like I was the gay club or the gay bar express or something. Which I don't discriminate. I'm working. I don't discriminate about sexual orientation, race, religion, none of that. It was ironic, and I kept mentioning that. I'm like, look at this. They're only sending me mails. Like I'm calling Uber, seeing what's going on, something different, something changed. And like I told you guys the other day, and then it came out in the news that, matter of fact, I got that. Oh no, it came out in the news that they're rolling out the new platform that attaches female passengers with female drivers from now on. So I'm not crazy. I wish I would have put my swimming trunks on. Being someone who lived out in Florida for 10 years, you're always judging a person that comes out there with regular shorts on or something. They don't have the trunks or a bathing suit. That's just a Florida thing. I need to drink some of this water. I almost got a cramp in my leg. How y'all like my little beach setup I got here? Single man's beach setup. It used to be me and my family at the beach all the time. And then once I got divorced, it was just me. We used to have the whole thing set up, man. We used to have the whole picnic. My ex-wife used to be good with all that. We would have shrimp, crab legs, fried fish, some days burgers, steamed shrimp, a lot of steamed shrimp, white wine. We had white wine, anything we wanted. We had it all out there. We just be out on the beach, watermelons, fruits, strawberries, pineapple, white wine, sometimes red wine. Man, we just would be out there with a whole blanket out, had our cheers. We even had tents at times, and we would just be out there, man, and just enjoying the beach, having football, and I go out there and throw to football with my stepson. That was some of the best time. That was probably some of the best time of my life because it was just, it was us. It was just us. We were in a new area, and we were just a family at that time. And we didn't know anybody in town. It was just us against the world. You know what I mean? But things started getting messed up when, other people start getting involved. That's usually what kind of kills it. We start running a business out of our home, and having all these different people coming in. It was just yeah. What time is it? Okay, I think 27 was just on the clock, right? We got 2:28 now, so they just walked past, probably because 27 was on the clock. I wasn't paying attention. I usually don't at the beach, but since I'm on here with y'all, I'll point that out. All right, let's see. But yeah, you mentioned Buckhead, man. You gave me the chills. I'm glad that I'm not there right now, because they were really irritating me a little. Well, I ain't gonna front. They weren't really irritating me, but they were holding my money back. It wasn't messing with me, but it was messing with my money. It wasn't cool. Welcome in, Torres, if you're still here. Torres Fiera. I like that name. It's like Ferrari. Joshua Noel, I moved to Hawaii. How is it out there? It's CIA targeting officers. So how was Hawaii for you? How has Hawaii been for you, Joshua? If it's not too, it's still an American state, so I would assume that the gang stalking is just as bad as everywhere else, except for it's beautiful like this. When you live in paradise and you're being gang stalked, it just takes off a little bit. Like if you live somewhere like in Ohio, or you out in, Pittsburgh, you know what I mean? It's different. You're in Nebraska near cornfields. I can't tell you how many dudes I've seen look just like this guy right here with the big beard, big white beard, and the tats. So many dudes look like him down here in Florida nowadays. He's probably gonna come stand right here. Hold on a second, guys. I gotta open up my water bottle. My mouth's getting dry. Give me a second, guys. All right, let's see. Okay, damn, I put the phone down and looked back at it. The number's doubled. I was getting ready to put it down. Let me see what time it is. We're gonna have to put a limit on this live, guys, because I gotta take this beach in. All right, so I'm gonna go for about 10 to 15 more minutes. We got 2:30 on the clock, so I'm gonna go about 10 to 15 more minutes, depending on how the conversation is going. If it's not going so good, I'll end it a little sooner. But I gotta get out here and relax and meditate and get down there by the water. I gotta do all of that. All right, so look, here's my gang stalker. Coming to see me. I wonder what time it is. 2:31 on the clock. 2:31 p.m. 231. That's 24 hours surveillance. You got the 2 and the 3 and the 1. That's 24 hours surveillance. So that's why he comes right now to do whatever he's getting ready to do right there. You see how it goes, guys? Now, usually I wouldn't pay attention to that at the beach, but the fact that I'm live and this is actually a gang stalking page, I'll show you. I want you to see it right there for yourself. That's how it works. 2:34 on the clock. 2:31. That's the way they get 24. So he's instructed to come at that particular time because I would recognize that as the number 24, reminding me that I'm under 24/7 surveillance. That's how it works. Even at the beach, it doesn't matter where you are, but they're gonna run the program at all times. So now the idea would be that they would be watching to see if I was committing crimes or doing terrorism. But with a gang stalking program, they're gonna come do it while you're sitting at the beach, 90, 80% naked. You know what I'm saying? Because it's supposed to just be irritating. It's supposed to be stalking. That's why people don't understand. That's why it's called gang stalking. Like, whoever did this to me, they just have a problem with me and they would like to stalk me themselves. But with all this technology, they can put you in this program and they can have the society, they can have the infrastructure stalk you by proxy. That's why it's called proxy stalking. You get that? So whoever did this is their feeling towards me. They want me to be harassed, pointed out, singled out, psychological operation. They want all these things to happen to me at all times. And they can't do it themselves, but they have a program and a network where they can put our name in the mix and the environment, the security apparatus of the country, right? That'll be used as the proxy in order to still stalk without them having to be doing it hands-on. And that's how you can completely destroy somebody's life. And there's a lot of these people are just using it very arbitrarily. You get what I'm saying? If they couldn't get at you another way, this is a great way to do it, to kind of degrade the value of somebody's life, or degrade the quality or the enjoyment of somebody's life. So I'll just have to sit here until he's done. Now, if he would have just been here normally doing his thing, picking the stuff up, moving along, I wouldn't even look, wouldn't even have thought twice. But the fact that I know I'm in the program that they put me in, for every second that he's there, making noise, moving stuff around, every time I hear something, I'm supposed to feel aggrieved. I'm supposed to feel traumatized, because I know, because being in the program and them using the numbers, now we probably got 234 on the clock. Yep, now we got 27 on the clock. So now he'll drive off. See how that works? 27 on the clock. So now he drives off. The old lady right here gets up and walks. Okay? That's how it works, even at the beach. See how easy that is to show gang stalking if you were a TI? You guys get on here and you listen to so many people who just sit here and talk to you day after day after day about all this shit around gang stalking, when it's so easy to just pull out your phone. If you're really being targeted like this, and you actually understand the program, and you can read it like this, like I can read all this shit, you can pull your phone out and turn it on, and at any moment, these degenerate robots are gonna be doing all of the targeting of this machine. Okay? All right, let me read some comments. That's how it looks. That's how it looks, guys. All right. Hey, new to your channel. I'm a TI from Kansas. Wow, Kansas. I bet it's not too bad to be gang stalking out there. Well, maybe it is. How's the gang stalking out there? How did you discover you were a TI? All right, guys, we got about 10 minutes on this conversation. So anything you guys want to get it in now, because I'm going to have to jump off of here and enjoy this beach soon. All right. Let's see. Hold on, let me get this guy out of here. They got the CIA coming in here playing games, or FBI. I did it myself that time. I was a shooter that time. I got hands on. All right, so it says, hey, Nucci. Okay, let's see. They just pulled up a lot of equipment on me, made me move. I'm way up in the mountains. BS. Had to move spots. Wow, in the mountains? They came over and bothered you in the mountains? Well, you just saw how they just came over here and moved this equipment for me. When 27 was on the clock, 24 he pulled up, and then when 27 was there, he pulled off 24/7. I'm under 24/7 surveillance. They think they're so clever, but that's how it works right there, guys. I'm showing it to you. You don't have to question if you're being gang stalked. It's all on the time sequence. If anyone comes around you and they're performing these actions on this sequence while you're on this control grid, that is an agent of the Matrix. And that's pretty much everybody around us, because we are being targeted by this Matrix thing. So they're all gonna synchronize with us on this time thing. That's how it works. I've yet to find anybody else, discover this yet. It's crazy I'm the only one. They just pull up a lot of equipment on me. That's crazy out in the mountains though. Okay, Rockin' Rodriguez. Okay, cool. These people are ridiculous. I've noticed that we've been watched all our lives. I'm in LA, Cali. And before I found out 10 years ago, I thought a helicopter were normal, but now they follow me. Yeah, we've all gotten in helicopters before. Check out my page. I was at the beach before. I had a video on here where I was at the beach and I had a helicopter just sitting over me. It was in Miami a few years ago. It's on my channel. Check it out. They use helicopters because they're using all different facets of our society to deal with you. So if I was to go down there in the water, there would be the what do you call the people, the marine life, the people who work, the marine police or whatever, who does the water stuff, will ride by on a boat, flashing the lights or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or a plane will fly over. But all will be on that same time sequence that I just showed you, that this employee just rolled over here to pick up this equipment. It'll all be on that same time sequence. That's what I've been showing you guys for years, consistently. And if you haven't hit that like button yet, you're in here, hit the like button for me, guys. We're gonna be ending this one in about 5 minutes, guys. So you get your questions off. I gotta enjoy this beach. So Tom Damon says it sucks. They're using EMF emitters on me from their car headlights. I think they're doing that to all of us. And they're doing that to all of us with those headlights. Cops beat me up for trying to get them to do something about my gang stuff. Why they beat you up for it? They usually don't get hands-on unless you give them a reason. If you give them an excuse, they're gonna take it immediately as a TI thing. So, what did you do to give them even give them an excuse? Because that's typically what they do. Is that's what they'll typically do is wait for you to give them a reason. I've been feeling that vibe for the longest time. They've been trying to bait me into a physical altercation for years now, since I've been in Atlanta, really. Up until even they pulled me up to Washington D.C. a few weeks ago. I took the video down because it'll go up later. The situation is still active, but I went up north. I told you I got into a physical altercation with my sister's husband. He's out there acting crazy, so I had to drive up there a few weeks ago. You guys remember? Yeah, and it could have ended real bad for him because there's something else I could have did to him. But the fact that he's the father of my nieces, my sister's husband at this point, he was spared. But yeah, he tried to get physical, doing a little windmill slapping. You know how when women fight with the little windmill, slapping at you or whatever. It's real weak. He waited till everybody was up. He ran up to where everybody was, and then tried to pull a little sneak attack thing on me. But I didn't want to take it there. I could have crushed him, right? He was smaller than me and all that. I could have just but I said, you know what? No, I'm gonna do it the smart way. I'm a TI. I'm not gonna get out here fighting in the streets. That's stupid. As soon as I do that, police will pull up and probably smoke me, right? Fighting in the streets like an idiot at my niece's recital at the damn church or whatever, the little recital hall. I'm gonna fight in the parking lot. Somehow I feel like it was a setup for me to get, anyway, for me to take it to the extreme, or the extreme get taken on me. I'm in there fighting like a fool. Police happen to sneak up behind me and say, "Oh, we thought he had a weapon," and I'm bang, I'm gone. Nah, I played it cool, called the police like a perp would do. And they didn't do shit. They was like, "Well, we didn't witness it." Because really, I called the police. I was like, "Well, I want to get the guy away from my sister. I didn't want him around the family. My sister said she needed a few days to pack up and get him away." But they wouldn't do anything. This criminal justice system is different when you're more like in a liberal blue state kind of area. It's a little different. They let you get away with some stuff. The dude's not taking his meds. That's another reason why I ain't just crush him. He's not on his meds. He's out of his mind. In his right mind, he definitely wouldn't have tried to run and slap at me like that. So, and it didn't even knock out my Bluetooth. It was nothing. I had a headache and everything at that time, and it didn't even make it worse. It was nothing. But I wanted to just have him go sit down and let the family get away and pack up, but they didn't want to help. This dude is out there. They say he's having scenes everywhere he goes. They say he cussed out my stepmother. I just talked to my mother today, and she said the same guy. He just cussed out my stepmother. She left and went back to Atlanta. Told my father he didn't want to do shit. What a sucker. Anyway, that's my family business. That dude's probably being gang stalked himself, being driven crazy. You don't even know it. And I couldn't even get through to him because he's out of his mind and he won't take his meds. They got him to take medication. He's just lost. High as a kite all day. Dudes be making dumb decisions. You got 4 kids, you high as hell, you broke, child support. That's NPC shit, man. You falling for this stuff, but you mess your whole life up. You born in like 81, so you about mid 40s at this point. 4 kids. Look like both wives now, dealing with child support. Now 2 more kids for child support. Dudes like that are dangerous. They don't have nothing to lose. High, won't take his meds. I'm gonna have to go up there and be up there for a while and, protect the family. Gang stalking family at that. But they seem confused, so I just feel sorry for them at this point. My family and friends cut me off. I ain't got nobody. Yeah, I was like that for years, man. But I just decided to recently reconnect a little bit. Just after years of being out here like this, you're not gonna survive completely by yourself. I did it pretty well for years. For at least 2 years, I did it completely by myself. Other than support from the TI community, I did it for 2 years. But it got to a point where I had to tap out, and I had to, I needed to reach out to family, when I did, it wasn't even for support. It was just because it was something that was going on. I was like, let me just reach out. They had been trying to contact me, and then I ended up getting blessed beyond belief at that time. And it was just ironic that at that moment I chose to reach out to family, and like I said, I was just blessed like you wouldn't believe. It was shocking, and it definitely helped me to be. I wouldn't be sitting right here right now if I didn't reach out when I did reach out months ago and reconnect with family. Now, there's been some bad situations that have also happened. There's been some ups and downs and things like that, but the blessing that came along outweighs the little problems that come along, with the gang stalking or whatever the case may be. My family was part of it. All of our families are part of it. Ciro Stratus says, no one survives forever. What do you mean? Do you mean in a program, no one survives forever, or just mean in general in life? Because no one gets out of this earth alive. That's one thing I know. Targeted or not, no one gets out of here alive. But let's see. What else we got? It says, been out here with no one for 12 years. Wow, 12 years. That's a long time. I've been pretty much rolling solo for 5 years. I've been rolling solo for 5 years, and 2 of those years I was completely alone, where I had no one, and it was just me, and I had to figure things out. That was up until I probably want to say just this year is when I just reached out to family. Family reached out to me. Same stuff, same gang stalking, but it's a little bit better. It's a little better to actually have somebody, just in case the worst happens. So you got to put up a little bit of gang stalking if you can. All right, guys, what time is it? All right, I'm supposed to be ending this live now, so I got to get ready to enjoy this beach a little bit. I'm going to read the last few here, and I'm going to get ready to go ahead and end this one, and I'll just catch up with you guys. If anything special happens while I'm out here, I'll definitely jump on and show you guys, let you know, but I gotta get off of here and enjoy this a little bit. So I'm gonna read the last few that I see here, and I'm gonna go ahead and end this one. Oh, you said in life, yeah, no one survives forever. Yeah, that's right, no one gets out of life. No one's gonna get off of this earth alive. We all gonna leave here the same way. It says, they have all these people on mind control. They don't even realize it. Like my girlfriend's 22-year-old son flashing his cell phone like they got this fool on a loop. Yeah, that's the thing about it. That's why I try not to be too angry about it or too upset, because it's like, the more we get into it, the more it seems that we're learning that these people are under some kind of a spell. They're controlled by programs, moving them around. It's different things that's controlling them. So it's not necessarily, so I try not to take it personal, but it's definitely hard. But the more we get into this, the more we learn that it's a waste of energy it'll be a waste of energy to put too much into being mad at these people, because they don't know what they're doing. That's probably what the Bible meant when they said, forgive them, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Those things are real. So we got to forgive them and just make sure they can't hurt you, because they just, they will hurt you if they can, but they don't know what they're doing all the time. So you just got to learn how to protect yourself. But also, another thing that I will say is this. I can't give you all the secrets, but there's ways that you need to learn how. The fact that you know that they're confused and they're under programming, you also need to learn how to affect their programming, because they're programmable. They're open. They're NPCs. So they're NPCs, so they're programmable. So you also can be a programmer for these people. They don't care who the programmer is. You just have to become the programmer. You see what I'm saying? You have to learn the tactics and the ways to move them around in the ways that will benefit you as well. What it is people who are not NPC'd out handler types that are on the evil side know how to use these people. You understand? And we don't. So they use them against us to elevate their power. But on a micro level, on a smaller level, on your day-to-day life, if you can learn how to program them as well, and have them how to program them as well, and have them move at your pace, and have them move in a way that's going to benefit you, then you can move in this matrix a little bit easier. But you have to graduate to that level. A lot of you got to even learn who's gang stalking you, or what's going on and why, and you got to learn more about this first. But once you get to a certain level, you'll know when you get there, if you have the intellect. And you got to learn how to do it, you know. It's tough because a lot of us are doing it from a place of rebuilding. We've lost so much, and then we got to rebuild and relearn how to move around in this whole matrix system. So being a TI makes you question everything. You know, that's right, it does. But I tell you, if you learn your program and you learn how they're moving and the schedule, and like I told you, I show you how they move on numbers, and my program is gang stalking by the numbers, how everything is sequenced and coordinated. It's not hard to know what's what. I don't have to question much because I know what is and what isn't, because I know 100% that they're moving on these time synchronizations. I know 100% what the phrase of the day is, or the direct conversation topic is. I understand what these things are, so I don't have to question it. I know when I go to the hotel room, it's going to be number 27 on my room. I know I'm going to be right in front of the cameras. You know what I mean? I know when I pull up to the drive-through, the line is all of a sudden going to start moving slower. So I need to make sure I'm timing whatever I'm doing to know that I'm going to spend extra time at the window, because they got to do a sequence to make sure I get to the window with 27 on the clock. I know all that's going on. I don't have to wonder or question anything. You know what I mean? It's not gang stalking if you have to question it. They make sure that you know very clearly that you're dealing with gang stalking. I just showed you a minute ago the guy that pulled up right here to pick up the chairs and all that. That guy was doing that. He rolled up with the machine. He could walked up, whatever. He rolled up with the loud machine when 24 was on the clock, and then drove off when 27 was on the clock. And he wanted to be very clear what he's doing. And if you understand your target, and then you know that's what it is right there. All right, guys, let me finish these up. Completely alone for 4 years now. I love it. Yeah, I did it for 2 years. I felt good, but it's not safe to do it. You can't do it. It's not safe to do it unless you got a good career, unless you got good income, and you're able to take good care of yourself, and you know, then I can understand that. But if you aren't in a situation where you can just roll through easily all by yourself, you need no one to do it, go for it. But that seems rare. All right, enjoy, man. Thanks a lot. I'm gonna try to do that. Be careful with sharks. Yeah, I got something for a shark. I'll be having shark meat for dinner. Let's see, witchcraft and technology. 100%. 100%. That's my take on it all. A little bit of both. Wrong place, wrong time. Be careful out there. 100, no doubt about it. That's how they get it. Wrong place, wrong time. So that's why you got to be very careful what you're doing, who you're associating with. Especially when you're doing stuff might be illegal. You know, picking up, you know, a little weed or a little whatever you might do, a little coke. You're doing those kind of things. Anything that's illegal where you could be held accountable and get caught up. Just be careful out there what you do, guys. Just be careful. Let's see. They know who they said. They know what they do. I feel you. That's what I'm saying. I'm not 100% on the side of they don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm 50-50. Not even 50-50. I want to say I'm 70% convinced that they know exactly what they're doing, and I'm 30% that they're being manipulated. A lot of them, they don't know what they're doing. They're being moved around and manipulated like this. You know what I mean? But it's the handlers who know what the point of what they're doing. They just know they're doing a task, but I don't think they know much else. But we're all learning though. We don't know, but that's just how I feel. All right, so my battery just hit 20%, guys. So let me finish up. It says we are mastering at programming, learned that years for sure. Damn, it looks nice out there at 105 Phoenix, Arizona. No doubt. Let me get out beach a little bit. What's going on, Danny Zone? Welcome in. I'm ready to end this one, guys. All right. gonna sit back and enjoy my. I'm gonna show you my. I'm gonna show you my. I'm gonna show you my little beach setup again before I end it. All right. So let me get up. I'll show you guys what it's looking like. This is my little hookup right here. I've been, like I keep mentioning, I had this beach chair. I had this beach chair sitting in my storage unit for 3 years now. Waiting to get to the beach. So finally, I'm back out here at the beach. All right, living it up. I'm solo dolo. I'm by myself. You know, like a TI. But I see some good things that could be happening on the horizon. All right, so I keep you posted. I'm gonna get me a roll partner soon. I'm gonna get me somebody to roll with. I'm gonna get a little girlfriend or something. TI girlfriend. We're gonna roam around together. Ooh, I took my flops off. My feet are hot. My feet are hot, 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 hot. That water is starting to look even bluer, and the sky's starting to lighten up a little bit. No, it's just because I got my glasses on. I don't have my sunglasses on. That's what it was. All right, guys. Let me sit down, read the last comment, and I'm out of here. I'm going to go ahead and just enjoy this for a little bit. That's one funny thing right there. I will say this. With my people, African-American people, black people, when they come to the beach, they always come and do that and just leave all their clothes on and come get in the water. And I will say that we don't really, I don't see, I'm not going to say that, Bart. But anyway, that's funny. That's one thing I noticed about my people, African-Americans, where they will come to the beach and walk in that water in the same clothes they just came out of the bank in. And then go sit in the car just like that and ride home wet. I bet. That's NPC stuff right there, ain't it? Ain't that NPC stuff right there? Now, I don't have my swimming trunks on, but I at least got a pair of, let me show you, I at least got a pair of basketball shorts on. All right, I don't have my swimming trunks on. I got them in the car. I was just excited, and I was doing a live. I didn't have time. All right, guys. If anybody can hit that Cash App, it's posted right there by my #1 mod, Witness One. Did a great job moderating today. Yeah, we took care of a lot of the junk. I appreciate that. Here they come, guys. They're gonna go sit in the car with those same exact clothes and drive home. When do you go live again? I might go live tonight. I don't know. I just go off of what if it's something that's interesting to show. You know, the numbers have been really moving, so I keep the lives going. If there's interest, I'll keep it going. I like getting my story out to a lot of people. So, you know, and it gives me more motivation to move and do different things and experience more because it's easy to get stuck in a routine, NPC routine. Sometimes you got to step out that comfort zone. So right now is do or die. I got to make some moves. If I want to be able to continue this beach life and be here and do this, I got some moves I got to make. So I think it's a lot happier for T.I. to be able to do this. So, yeah. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Please stay safe and good. Cheers, bro. It's always good to see you laughing. Yeah, definitely. See, you know, it's easy to laugh when you're out here, and you got this ocean and you got this water. You know, it's like a totally different vibration. So, it's easier to do that. Much better than yesterday. Yesterday was tough, right? So I'm glad to share a relaxing moment. And that's the thing about Florida. Last thing I say. That's the thing about Florida is you can do that. You know what I mean? One day is like that, you know, hard times. But, you know, if you're smart and you figure out a way through it, you get through the problem. And then you on the other side of that, you only 30 minutes from a beach, a world-class beach like this right here. I think I care about a perp right now. All right, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Good to talk to you. Peace.